Hi, and welcome to BremSter Puzzles, and back to the World Puzzle Federation 2015 Round 7 puzzles, where we finally move into the variant Sudoku puzzles. This puzzle pack was set by Italian constructors, and this puzzle was set by Gabriele Simianato. I've got the pronunciation of that one wrong. But this was a 40-point puzzle from the pack, so this one should be a little bit easier than the classic that we were looking at before. Of course, in the description below, you will find a link to this puzzle, as well as to the entire World Puzzle Federation archive, where you can find every puzzle they've published. But let's have a look at the rules of this one and then get on to solving. So normal Sudoku rules apply. In every box, in every row, and in every column, the digits 1 to 9 must be placed without repetition, and then each digit appears exactly once on the two main diagonals. So on each of these diagonals, we can only put each digit exactly once. They're the rules. I'm going to restart the puzzle to restart my timer. Let's give this a shot. I should start with Sudoku, probably. Although I am seeing something about the diagonal. So, for example, 1 has to go on this diagonal, and I can't put it in on the diagonal here or here. So the 1 has to go on the diagonal up here, and this one are both saying it's not there. Okay, 2 and 2, putting 2 down there. Don't want to mark that just yet. 5 and 5 is putting 5 in one of those two. Ooh, actually, I don't have as much on the diagonals. Oh, actually, I could do similar with 7. 7's not in those. 7 is not in those. 7 is in one. So 7 is in one of these three, but that 7 is looking down saying not there. So 7 is in one of those two. What about the other diagonal? Yep, 5 is in one of those three, but it's not there. 5 is in one of those. 6, 8. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 6, 7, 8. Yeah, 5 is the only one. 1, 1, 2, no other 2, 6, 6. 6 is on the diagonal in here because of these two 6s, and that 6 says not there. Okay. So let's do some just basic Sudoku. 1 is in one of those two. Can I do some basic Sudoku? I don't know. 6 is in one of those two. Maybe I do need to do some more with the diagonals. 7 is in one of those two because of the two 7s here, but that 7 says not there. So this is a 7, which means this isn't the 7. This is the 7. And now I can't put 7 there or there. So 7 is in one of these three, but that 7 says not there, and that 7 says not there. So this right here is a 7. Putting 7 right here, taking the place of a 1. 7 is in one of those three, but I've got two 7s looking over. That is a 7, and I think that's all the 7s. Now, these are 1, 6, 8, and 9. And this can't be a 1 or a 6, so that's an 8 or a 9. Well, where's 6 in this box? 6 in this box has to go here now because that 6 sees those, and that 6 sees that one. 1 is in one of those two, and these are 1, 8, and 9. But 6 now has to go on this line in the middle box as well as go on this line in the middle box, and a 6 goes into the middle of the grid. Excellent. Now, 6 can't go in those or there. This is a 6. Well, 6 came out of here, making this a 6. 6 is in one of those two because of these two 6s, and that 6 is looking down, so this is a 6, and that is all of the 6s. Excellent. Making progress. So what are these? I actually want to mark this quadruple, I think, because these are 2, 3, 4, and 8. Now, there's no 4 in either of those. But I was wondering if that did anything to the diagonals. And it's not that I'm seeing yet. So I think I need to do more Sudoku. Where's 8 in this box? It has to be in one of those two. So 8 isn't in any of those. What's this column missing? 2, 5, 8, and 9. So these are 2, 5, 8, and 9. Oh, the 1 is looking down, saying this isn't the 1. I missed the scanning. This is the 1. So now 1 isn't here, and this is the 1. Putting 1 right here by Sudoku, and that's all of the 1s done. So what haven't I put in this line? I haven't put right, there's 5. Oh, it's the 5s. I've already done that. But 5 can't be in any of those. And it can't be in any of those. 5 is in one of those two, which is looking up saying that's not the 5, that's the 5. 5 is not in any of those because of these two 5s now. That becomes the 5, which puts 5 down here, but it has to be in one of those two. Now, can I do more with 5s? Well, 5 is in one of those two. And I've got an X-wing on 5s here and an X-wing on 5s here. But they're going to resolve each other. Because if this is a 5, this is a 5, this is a 5, and this is a 5, but they're going to see each other in different ways. So I don't know I can do anything with that. What about up here? 9 is in one of those two. In fact, what can this be? It can't be 1. It can be 2, 3, can't be 4, 5, 6, 2, 3, or 8. Actually, that's not that useful, is it? What am I missing from this column? 2, 3, 4, and 8. Oh, where's the 4 in this box? The 4 is looking down. So 4 in this box is in one of those two, which I've kind of already got. Okay, I'm not quite twigging to this yet. Do I want to look at the... So these... well, this is a triple. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 4, 8, and 9 go into those. And there's no 4 there. So that's an 8, 9 pair. That becomes a 4. And now I've got 4 off the line. I can't put 4 in any of those. I can't put 4 in any of those. And I can't put 4 there. So this is a 4. This isn't a 4. And now 4 can't go in any of those. 4 can't go in any of those. 4 has to go in one of those two. That 4 looks up, making this the 4, which says this isn't the 4. This is the 4. 4 is now in one of those two. And in this box, in one of those two, and I end up with an X-wing on 4s. Okay. This row is missing 2, 3, and 8. So this has to be 2, 3, or 8, and this has to be 2 or 3 only, because it can't be 8. That could be any of them, I think. Now, there could be diagonal pointing stuff going on here, but I'm not sure how to resolve it yet. This is a triple. Let's look at this triple. 2, 3, and 9. Well, that works for this 2, 3, 8, 9. Well, I can't put 2 there. So 2 is in one of those. 2, 3, 9. Huh. What about this diagonal? There's a lot of digits that I have not put on this diagonal. Well, this digit can be 2. It can't be 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 2, 5, 9 only. This digit can't be 1. It can be 2. Can be 3. Can't be 4, 5, 6, 7. 2, 3, 8, 9. Okay, I'm losing the plot here. This quadruple is, well, these are 2, 3, and 8, aren't they? Yeah, these are 2, 3, 8. I don't mind marking that. This can't be a 2. It's a 3 or an 8. So 2 is in one of those two. So these are 3, 8, 9. Two has to be in one of those two. 3, 5, 8, and 9 in there. There's got to be a... So 9 is in one of those two. So, for example, that can't be a 9. But, stupid bug. But I'm not seeing how to deal with that. 3's not in any of those. 3's not in any of those. Wow, this is a scanning fail. This is an absolute scanning fail. These are 3, 5, 8, and 9. And I'm not seeing any restriction on that. Like there's just 2, 3, 5s, 8s, and 9s everywhere. It's got to be a diagonal trick. I'm assuming it's got to be a diagonal trick, but I can't see where to use it. Because all of the digits that haven't been placed seem to be all over the place. Oh, no. Since I put 2 in here for this column, I've also got 2 in this row as in this box. This is a 2. So this is not a 2. But that's actually not done much. Two is in one of those 3 on that diagonal, and it's in one of those 3 on that diagonal. If that's a 2, I don't see it. So these are 3, 8, and 9. So there must be an 8 in here for this row, and this is a 3, so this is an 8. Okay, so this is an 8, 9 pair. This is a 3. So these aren't 3. So 3 must be on one of those 2 and therefore isn't here. This 3 takes 3 off here, and there's no 3 in any of these digits. So 3 has to go in one of those 2. And this 3 is looking down saying the 3 is not here. This is the 3. This is a pair now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 9. But this 8 makes this the 9, which makes this the 5, which makes this the 9. The 5 says that's not the 5. These are 2 and 3. So these are 5, 8, and 9. Stupid bug. These are 5, 8, and 9, but there's already a 9 in this box. So this is the 9, this is the 8. These are a 5, 8 pair. The 9 is looking up saying no 9 there. So this is a 2, 5, 8 triple, and that is the 9, making that the 2 and that the 9. The 8 takes the 8 off both of these. This is a 2, 3 pair. So this is the 8, looking down, making that the 5 and that the 8. On this diagonal, the 5 looks up, making that the 2. In this row, I've not put an 8. So this is the only place for a 5 by pencil marks, and I have not put a 3 in this box. This 8 looks up, making this the 9 and this the 8. I don't see how to resolve these 2 3s yet, but I'll get there. The 2 3 pair in this row makes this the 8. This is a pair now. 2 and 4? Seems to be. So these are 3, 5, and 9. I've already got a 5 in column 2. So this is the 5. This is a 3, 9. Which I'm also not seeing how to resolve. But this is a known digit. It's not an 8. This is the 8. And in this column, I've not put a 2. So that's a 2. So that's a 4. So that's a 2. Looking over, removing a 4 pencil mark, making that a 4. The 2 makes this the 3 and this the 2, which looks down, making that the 3 and that the 2. The 3 looks across, making that the 9 and that the 3. The 2 looks across, making that the 3 and that's the 9 I hadn't placed. And that is the solution to the puzzle. Now, that was a 40-point puzzle, 13 minutes. Not a heroic effort, but it's the first puzzle I've solved in a few days. I'm recording these months before I'm going to release them. But that was a lot of fun. I really enjoyed that one. I like diagonal Sudoku. I really do. Yeah, really good fun. Thanks everyone for watching. Hope you're enjoying the series. And as always, good luck with your solving.
Bye.